Mark here from newhometricks.com, and today I want to talk about another Philips Hue feature, which is Movie Sync. Now, one of the things that Philips say you can do with their white and colour ambience range is have the lights sync up with movies and TV programs that you're watching. The lights will change colour along with the colours that are being displayed on the screen. Now, in order to do this, I had to do a little bit of digging. I had a look inside the Philips Hue app to figure out how you do it. There's nothing in there. So I had a look on the Philips Hue website, and there was nothing there either. Indeed, even if you go to the support section and type in the word movie, you get no results. Now, this is a feature that Philips Hue do advertise on their website, so I went off to Google, had a bit of a search around, and it turns out you have to use some sort of third-party software. Now, the approach that you take will vary depending on how you're actually watching movies and TV programs. If you're using a PC or a Mac, for example, you can actually install some software that will analyze what's going on the screen and then relay the relevant instructions to your Philips Hue bridge to change the lights in your room accordingly. But if you're not using that, and I'm certainly not doing that with my TV setup in my living room at the moment, we don't actually have a PC. You might be using an Xbox or a PlayStation, you might be using a streaming setup or some sort of set-top box. How do you do it then? Well, the crude and rather Heath Robinson approach that seems to be the lowest common denominator here is to use your smartphone, use the smartphone camera, point it at the screen and use some sort of app to figure out what's going on the screen and relay the instructions. It's not a particularly elegant solution. There are various apps out there that will do this. The one that I've tried is called Hue Camera. As mentioned, you just have to prop your smartphone up, point it at the screen, focus it on the screen, pair it up with your bridge, choose the lights that you're including in your movie sync routine, and it will then do the rest. It kind of works. There's a bit of lag because it's got to monitor what's going on the screen, process that, relay the instructions, so it does lag a little bit, but it does kind of work after a fashion. Now, what this gives you is it gives you a more immersive movie or TV experience. Of course, you have to have the Philips Hue white and colour ambience bulbs for this to work, and it probably works better in a darkened room, and it probably works better if you have a fairly comprehensive Philips Hue setup. I've currently only got the 3 Philips Hue bulbs at the moment, so it's not particularly immersive, but I do plan to expand the system. I want to get more bulbs for one of the freestanding lamps that we've got. I want to get LED strips in here, some Philips Hue lamps, and then I want to revisit this topic of movie sync later on and just see how the experience changes as you get a more comprehensive setup. But to just go back to the point about using your smartphone, like I say, it can work. The Philips Hue Camera app that we found does do the job. It's fairly easy to set up, and it just requires a little bit of patience to get your phone pointed at the screen properly. So that's how the Hue Camera app works. This is the sort of thing that I expect may change over time as smart lighting becomes more mainstream. Manufacturers of TVs and set-top boxes and streaming devices may well start to build integration directly into their products. But of course there are lots of different smart lighting systems out there. Philips Hue isn't the only one out there. So this is something that I'll have to watch carefully just to see what changes over time as smart lighting becomes more popular, and it certainly seems to be becoming more popular at the moment. But for the meantime, those are your options if you want to do movie sync with Philips Hue. I have written up a companion blog post that goes into a little bit more detail, and you can find that in the description below. You can find it on the website, newhometricks.com. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.